Okay, good afternoon. I think we'll go ahead and get started. I want to welcome you all to the Huntington, Long Island virtual FAM tour. My name is Laura Burning, and I'm a senior staff member here at the Governor's Film Office. And I work with productions, state agencies, and our incredible regional and local partners to ensure filmmakers have a positive and successful experience filming in New York. There are over 22 film offices around the state, each with a dedicated staff to make sure that productions are supported no matter where they decide to film in New York. And today we are so proud to welcome our film partners from the Huntington Office of Film and Television. Before the tour begins, I just want to mention a couple of things about the Zoom. We will be recording today's tour, so you can find this and past regional FAM tours in the virtual events link found on our website and also in the chat box. So you can refer to the chat box for all links and contact information for our office, the Tax Credit Office, and the Huntington Film Office. At the end of the tour today, we will take questions through the Q&A box on the bottom center of the Zoom screen. Please do not submit questions in the chat box. Okay, so before we get to the main event, I want to introduce Yoni Boxer, who is the Executive Director here at the New York State Governor's Office of Motion Picture and Television Development. He's going to say a few opening remarks. Yoni, take it away.
Thank you so much, Laura. Let me make sure I've unmuted in all the 12 places that are necessary. Welcome, everyone. As Laura mentioned, my name is Yoni Boxer, and I oversee the Governor's Office of Motion Picture and TV Development, a part of Empire State Development. Our mission is to attract business to New York State and support and retain businesses that are already here, guiding filmmakers through the many programs and assets New York State has to keep New York State a great place, just like the town of Huntington. We're so glad that you've all joined us here today for a virtual FAM tour. Imagine it's summer and we're in Long Island. It's so great to see so many friendly faces in the Zoom, from Long Island to Suffolk County. Huntington is just part of the Long Island's North Shore, with 50 miles of coastline and pristine beaches, worthy mansions, the great Oheka Castle, Vanderbilt Estate, Eagle's Nest, and many more are popular with filmmakers. Huntington has 93 square miles of meandering rural, suburban, and woodland landscapes. Lots of quaint villages, hamlets such as Cold Spring, Lloyd Harbor, and more. As many of you know, economic development, and specifically attracting and retaining the film and TV production, is a competitive market. Governor Kathy Hochul and Empire State Development Commissioner Hope Knight have continued to prioritize this industry. Over 90% of the businesses working in this industry are small businesses. The state has worked through the Career Readiness and Entertainment Workforce Training Program to make sure we have the best talent and workforce in the country. We have state-of-the-art facilities, great crew, amazing talent, great locations, local community partners such as Huntington, a strong film production incentive, which is key. The state's incentive program supports more than 67,000 jobs per year and generates more than $1.70 in state and local taxes and $13 in GDP for every state dollar of investment. That's why 2 years ago, the governor and the legislature, in their wisdom, expanded and enhanced the film tax credit program to be more strategic and more competitive. And that's why, given the ongoing changes in the industry and competition for jobs and economic development, the governor, in her budget last week, proposed additional changes to modernize the program, attract and retain jobs to the state. Any specific questions about the current tax incentive or proposed changes are available on our website. Look at the link in the chat box or reach out to our office via phone or email. Beyond great locations, great appeal, and strategic tax credits, we have unmatched cooperation. The state has directed state agencies to support film and TV production, and as Laura mentioned, there are over 20 regional and local film offices. As a state, our office, we wouldn't be successful without the partners on the ground, the boots on the ground, the regional and local offices that market locations, drive economic development, and support small business. That's why the town of Huntington is lucky to have such visionary leadership in Supervisor Smith and Joe Schramm. They work tirelessly and professionally to support and attract film production. And I'm sure through this Zoom, you'll all see the great work that they do to highlight Huntington's film-ready vendors, an easy, streamlined permitting process, and an outstanding town leadership. It's my pleasure to introduce Town Supervisor Smith. Elected in 2021, Supervisor Smith has worked to encourage new economic developments through the town through a number of initiatives, focusing on small businesses and creating new revenue streams, such as the launch of the Office of Film and Television, with a focus on making Huntington a production destination for the TV and motion picture industries. The Office of Film and TV highlights the economic advantages and benefits of filming throughout the town, including a wide diversity of locations, environmental options, cost savings, incentives, local services, and more. Supervisor Smith is personally familiar with diverse interests of Huntington. Focusing on teamwork and collaboration, Huntington will continue to transform the municipality into a forward-looking model and a beacon throughout the state. A son of immigrants, father, husband, veteran lawyer, and former town councilman, it seems like Supervisor Smith has done it all. I'm sure with his commitment, the state's film office is so glad to have him making film and TV a priority, and we're glad that he's tapped Joe Schramm to lead this office. I'm so glad that he has, and I'm so looking forward to their presentation today. Supervisor, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Yoni. It's a great introduction of the town of Huntington and also of myself and Joe. So thank you very much for that. And Laura, thank you for all that you do with the state, and thanks to the governor's office for supporting film and television throughout the state. But it's my job to get that film and television production from the state right here to Huntington. And I think what everybody's going to hear today is that Huntington is a great place for your production to take place. A little bit of background: when Joe Schramm came to me about 3 years ago, looking to create this department within the town, he said he would bring Hollywood to Huntington, and at the same time potentially deliver incremental revenue to our local economy, which I have to tell you, he has done a great job doing exactly that. I love the movies, love television, love the whole entertainment industry. However, full disclosure, I have no clue how it was produced, and I was the end user of all things Hollywood, and I was blissfully ignorant. And then this opportunity came in front of us. I listened to Joe. He spoke about the industry in detail on the production side, on the business side, and what needed to happen from a local municipal side to support it. He gave a very granular presentation to myself and to my fellow board members, and very bluntly, we were sold. So around 2022, the Office of Film, Huntington's Office of Film and Television was born, and like I said, he is not disappointed. He's delivered on everything he has said so far. So let me just share a couple of highlights that we've accomplished so far. So first, the Office of Film and Television has attracted millions of dollars for our local economy, bringing productions of every size to locations like the New York State parks, Suffolk County parks, historic sites, town beaches like Crab Meadow Beach and West Neck Beach, private homes within the town, and businesses, including the Canon USA headquarters in Melville, just to name a few. The Office of Film and Television has set up an online guide to map our inventory of 19 base camp locations. And with Joe's guidance and our top-notch IT team, we've simplified and expedited the permit process throughout the town through our opengov.com system, which is our infrastructure for all the administrative side of the town's government. We've reduced the barrier to entry by lowering fees for filming permits in the town to, I think, and Joe might correct me on this, but probably the lowest fees anywhere, certainly on Long Island, but probably in the state as well. The Office of Film and Television identified locations for future development, for set development, production services, and post-production facilities. Last year, we launched the New York's newest film festival called Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival. The dates are April 3rd through 6th. this year at the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington Village. The festival includes an industry day designed specifically for emerging filmmakers and others in the industry. The program of the day will feature distributors and other leading industry executives. Our reaction from our local businesses has been fantastic. The general community has been very supportive of this, especially when productions are in town. And speaking of some of the productions, some of the recent productions and photo shoots that we've had within the town include Amazon Prime's Harlem series. Its third and final series just launched on Prime on January 23rd. That was shot at Centerport, which is within the town of Huntington, the Centerport Vanderbilt Museum. Bergdorf Goodman shot their upcoming fashion catalog in spring and summer 2025 at the Crab Meadow Beach in Northport. The Sirens comedy series on Netflix shot this past summer in Lloyd Neck at the former Marshall Field Estate, which is now New York State Park at Comset, and it served the series throughout. Throughout the summer, the park visitors enjoyed seeing glimpses of Academy Award-winning actress Julianne Moore in town, her co-stars Megan Fahey and Millie Alcock, as well as Kevin Bacon on the Siren set. Upcoming shoot, which we're very proud of. We have an upcoming shoot coming to town with Steven Spielberg, who I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of. He's producing a film starring Emily Blunt and is casting hundreds of extras here in the town of Huntington. I think that the overall message I'm trying to say is that the town of Huntington, we're going to roll out the red carpet for you before production starts, and let the actors and actresses have the red carpet afterward. It's something that is so important to us, not just for the film and television industry throughout the town of Huntington. We send the message that we are open for business, that we want commerce here in the town. We go out of our way to support all businesses, but this being film and television, we think it is a tremendous opportunity with the state and the governor's office helping with this. And we want to bring it here locally to the town of Huntington through our film and television office. And we couldn't do it without Joe Schramm. Everything he said he was going to do, he delivered on, and we've been so far very successful in implementing it. So with that, I want to turn the floor over to Joe Schramm and listen to more details from Joe.
Thank you so much, Ed. I appreciate that introduction. And he basically hit on everything I was going to talk about. So, I just want to remind everybody that this office did get started in 2022, thanks to Supervisor Smith and the town board. They elected to trust me to start the office. We have two objectives here. And one is to increase the number of location shoots. Huntington has certainly been home to many productions for a long time. We have over a century of experience making films here in the town, but we want to have more, and we don't believe that if you build it, they will come. We believe that you have to build it and then invite people to come, and that's what we're doing through this office. The second objective of this office is to encourage the establishment of additional facilities for support or other production facilities here in the town. So whether you're looking for a place to permanently store your vans and trucks and trailers for location, or if you want to establish a shop for building location sets, or if you want to build more production facilities, we're here to work with you to do that. Could we have the next slide? As I mentioned, Huntington has a rich history of over 100 years. According to our town historian, Robert Hughes, he told me that movies have been made here since 1910. Neither Ed nor I have been around that long, so I'm going to believe him. But I can tell you that there's one movie that's one of my favorites from that I watch and repeat. It was made in 1941, Citizen Kane, and so the gardens of Xanadu in that movie are actually the gardens of Oheka Castle in Huntington, Cold Spring Harbor area. And so that's always great to watch that. In addition, the next photo down, if you're looking at our slide, is In-N-Out. It's very popular among folks here in the town of Huntington. It was a star-studded film from 1997, including Kevin Kline. Here you see Kevin Kline bicycling down Main Street in Northport Village, a waterfront community here in the town of Huntington. And he's bicycling past Gunther's Tap Room, which those of you who are Jack Kerouac fans might realize that Jack supposedly wrote some of On the Road while he was drinking beer at that bar. More recently, of course, is this past summer, Netflix was here to produce Sirens, and that was at the former Marshall Field Estate. As Ed had mentioned, that is a state park owned by New York State and at Comset, and it's a very popular location for films. And could we have the next slide? As Ed mentioned earlier, we're now adding the 19th base camp, but currently we have 18 on our online guide or resource guide. If you go to our website, which is at huntingtonny.gov/film-TV, you'll be able to access this map of the town of Huntington, and you'll be able to click on one of our base camp sites, and when it opens up, you'll get all the information you need about the number of parking spaces, how far it is from some of the more popular filming locations, whether it's in the production zone or not. So that this is a great resource when you're thinking about coming to the town of Huntington, or you're already planning to come to the town of Huntington and you need to actually get down to work and find out where you need to have your base camp. So this is a great resource guide that you can find on our website. Next slide, please. Also, we have on our website at huntingtonny.gov you'll find our lookbook, and our lookbook divides locations by categories. So you can find mansions, you can find charming country villages, you can find suburban neighborhoods, tract developments. You can find shopping centers and shopping malls. You can find pretty much any location. Of course, we have over 43 miles of coastline, so there are many, many different beaches that you can choose from. What we have pictured here on this slide are some of the sites that have been used recently. The upper left is the Marshall Field Estate at Comset in Lloyd Harbor, where Sirens was filmed this summer. In the middle on the top is probably the most popular location in the town of Huntington, and that is Oheka Castle. For those of you who are architecture freaks, it's the second largest private home ever built in America. It was built by Otto Kahn. To the upper right is the Canon USA headquarters in Melville. And the lower left is where many TV specials have been produced. That is the Paramount Theater in downtown Huntington Village, a Live Nation venue. Next to that is actually a photo from the set on Wall Street when we closed Wall Street for the production of American Horror Story. Next to that is if you're looking for America's greatest parking lot, that's the LIE or Long Island Expressway. Yes, the LIE goes through the town of Huntington, and we can provide you with access to filming on the expressway, either when we have tons of traffic or open free lanes, as you see in the picture. And then to the right is the Crab Meadow Beach, where the Bergdorf Goodman shoot had taken place this summer. So I just wanted to show you some of those locations, but I do want to tempt you to go to our lookbook online, where you can find far more locations. Next slide, please. We also have lots of post-production and production facilities, or space where you could create one yourself. In the upper left is a rendering of the proposed studios at Huntington Station. It's actually attached to the Long Island Railroad Station in Huntington, and the site map that you'll see there can identifies whether you want to build, full production facility with sound stages, or there's also space for just offices, editing, storage, as well as it's right next to the Long Island Railroad track. So could be a side track available for dropping off supplies for building sets. So I just want to propose that as something you might want to consider. Also, you've already seen Canon USA and the Paramount, but we have other warehouses and facilities for you. You'll see the Newsday studio. Newsday TV operates in Melville, and they have a beautiful auditorium that's ideal for talk shows or debates and the like, with a live audience, and everything could be live streamed from there. And to the right is I would be remiss if I did not mention Drake Media Studios, located also in Melville, right on the Long Island Expressway Service Road, where they have production facilities, and a number of reality series for Discovery are produced there. So just a handful of opportunities for you in our town. Next slide, please. So why choose us? Why come to Huntington? Well, as Ed said, we'll put out the red carpet, but we're not very far away. You can get to us pretty easily by car, train, boat, or plane. Within an hour, you can get here from either Penn Station or Grand Central, or you can take a 20-minute copter ride or seaplane from Manhattan's East Side to come to Huntington. So we're not very far, and it's certainly, I know that a lot of people who have come here on location have appreciated the fact that they could sleep in their own bed that evening. Some of our town is in the production zone. So I just want to share that not all of our area is in the production zone, but some of it is. And we work with productions to make sure the base camps are located efficiently within the production zone for cost savings purposes. We also provide self-contained base camps. We'll provide you with security 24/7, with garbage removals, sanitation facilities. We'll notify the community, and we can also make sure that your base camp is within a mile of your filming location. As Ed mentioned earlier, we did change our online permitting thanks to our IT department and our town attorney's office. They really created a very fast method of getting permits. And if you notice on the front page of this presentation, we had a quote from the producer of 90 Day Fiance, who said that Huntington deserved an award for the speed and ease for which you could get a permit from the town of Huntington. So thank you to 90 Day Fiance for that quote. We also, as Ed mentioned, our fees, I don't know how, we're competitive. I wouldn't say we're the most cost efficient, but we're competitive. We really did not want to give anyone an excuse for not coming to the town of Huntington to produce their program. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we have a great lookbook filled with a variety of locations. So you can take a look at that. We have another page for even more reasons to choose to come to Huntington. First and foremost, the safety of your cast and crew is really important. And we're serviced by Northwell Health, as well as some facilities from Catholic Health. And so Northwell, if you don't know, Northwell Studios produces reality TV series in their own medical facilities. So, but we have Huntington Hospital here in the town of Huntington. We have many ambulance corps, and we have helicopters, all to serve in case of any medical emergency you might have. So we know that that's an important element for folks to consider when making a production. And so I wanted to assure you that we have all hands on deck for that. We also provide you with all access to our base camps. We have, as Ed mentioned earlier, I have a list of local resources and services for you. We are in the process of putting all of that online. Currently, I have that available, so you just contact my office for that information, but it'll be online by the end of this year or sooner, we hope. It's only January, so we're working on that right now. Also, one thing I want to share with you is that we really do roll out the red carpet when we're working with a production that wants to come here. We'll generally do a walkthrough with the location managers or location scouts. We bring out the heads of different town departments, whether that's the highway department or public safety or general services. If you need us to close roads, provide security, raised wires, anything like that, it's important to go through that during your walkthrough. And so when you come for a walkthrough in the town of Huntington, we come out to greet you and we'll take you through. Anyone who has experienced that, any location managers will testify the fact that we do our best to treat you right. And we like you to think of us as all in one place convenience. By that, I mean, we'll help you with find everything, but lots of times we have to work with partners, and those partners include, the Suffolk County Film Commission. I believe Diana Cherry Holmes might be on this call, so I want to acknowledge her for that. We have worked with New York State on a number of things, so they're of course they're on this call. They're our hosts today, and we also work with the business improvement districts and chambers of commerce and the individual incorporated villages within the town of Huntington. So that all gets coordinated through this Office of Film and Television for the town of Huntington. So just a quick case study of something I mentioned. We did have, right before the strike, American Horror Story came to Huntington to film season 12 with Kim Kardashian and Emma Roberts. They were here for about a month. We did close Wall Street in Huntington Village on a Friday night, which is a very popular time. Huntington, if you've ever been here, is a great town to go out to dinner and have a few drinks on a Friday night. Lots of entertainment. So people were thrilled, as opposed to being annoyed with us. They were thrilled that we were that a production was here, and this proved that we could work and coordinate the efforts with New York State, with the Suffolk County Police Department, with the Suffolk County Film Commission, with individual villages like the Lloyd Harbor, as well as of course within the town of Huntington. So that's a great example of when we were able to pull everything together and it works seamlessly. Ed mentioned the Harlem. Actually, that was the first project I worked on when I first came on board in 2022. They filmed the season 2 finale, and as at Vanderbilt Mansion, which is a Suffolk County museum, and Suffolk County Park in Centerport. They needed a base camp. We found them one within a quarter mile of the location. It was right at the beach. Too bad we weren't giving out suntan lotion because people would have enjoyed that. And as Ed mentioned, season 3 just launched recently on Prime Video. And of course, we were thrilled to be able to host Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in the past in 2019 when they transformed a former Howard Johnson's Motel back to a Howard Johnson's Motel. And I mentioned Oheka Castle. That is the #1 location in our town for shoots. The Melius family have done an amazing job of restoring and preserving that facility. It's a great place for music videos, as Taylor Swift will attest when she came to do Blank Space there. And Oheka was also one of the places to represent the Hamptons for USA Network's series Royal Pains. So when you watch Royal Pains and you think you're in the Hamptons, Bridgehampton, East Hampton, Southampton, you're actually in Huntington, Cold Spring Harbor, Northport, Eaton's Neck, Asheroken. So that's really where you are. So I just want to share that we're at least an hour and a half further west, closer to New York City than the Hamptons. But so we're a great location for as an alternative. Next slide. And there is so many TV series and streaming series that have come here. We welcome them. CBS has made Madam Secretary here. CW has done Gossip Girl. The Gilded Age, which is actually produced in the studio in Bethpage, does some location, which is in the adjoining Nassau County. But Bethpage is not very far from Huntington. It's only a couple of miles away. And they do their location shoots, some of them for Gilded Age, here in some of our Gilded Age mansions on the Gold Coast. And 90 Day Fiance, which I mentioned earlier, The Americans was filmed here, and we're proud that the town of Huntington, specifically Northport, is home to its producer. So that works. Life and Beth on Hulu with Amy Schumer was shot here recently. Succession has been here, as well as reality TV series made in East Northport. That hair salon is still there, and of course, Sirens and so many more. And who produces in Huntington? All these folks, and we welcome everybody. And if you don't see your logo on here, either I goofed and then put them on, or two, you haven't been here yet, and we welcome you. And we put out the red carpet. We want you to be part of the team, folks, on our logo soup board. Next slide, please. So we did talk briefly about the Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival that's coming up. The Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival is really designed to spotlight Huntington, put the spotlight on us as a great place to come and make your productions. In order to enter the film festival, we're still open till February 10th. And so we welcome entries. This is the first year we're actually presenting this film festival. We have quite a few entries already, and we're thrilled to welcome more. There are 25 categories, both shorts and feature length. You can go on Film Freeway to enter. If you're a gold member, you get 50% off. That's a pretty good deal. And you don't have to have made your production here, and it doesn't have to be a premiere. We just want you to think about Huntington, and we want to put a spotlight here on Huntington. The film festival, all the screenings will be presented at the Cinema Arts Center. And we do want to share with you that as under the umbrella of the Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival, we present a series of one-off events called Meet the Filmmaker. They're really panel discussions. We had one recently on November 8th at the Paramount Theater in Huntington. It was sold out. It focused on fashion, film, and photos. We have a local filmmaker, Mark Bozek. He previously was the president of QVC and a Home Shopping Network, and he did a film on the times of Bill Cunningham, New York Times fashion photographer. And so it was, if you're a fashionista, you loved that event. It was sold out. We had supermodel Pat Cleveland there and many other names from the world of fashion from the 70s through the current time. So we'll be having more of those. We have the reality of reality TV coming up in March, and we have a few others. So anyway, please consider either buying tickets and coming to the film festival, participating in our industry day, which is designed specifically to help emerging filmmakers, or just attend the screening. So you can go to filmfreeway.com/Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival to submit your entry by February 10th. Next slide, please. So that basically wraps up my part. If you want to reach us again, my phone number is right there. You can always reach out to me. If you want more information about our Office of Film and Television, you want to check out our lookbook, if you want to check out our directory of base camps, or if you want to have some references for local services and businesses, go to huntingtonny.gov/film-TV. If you want to know more about the film festival, go to madeinhuntington.com. or you can, of course, enter your content at Film Freeway. So that's it. And thank you so much. Thanks again to Ed Smith for his support. I really appreciate it. And thank you to Yoni and to Laura for inviting us to participate today. And thank you, all of you, for listening.
Joe, thank you so much. That was such a terrific presentation. We have some questions, so why don't we get right to it? Okay, first up, if I'm filming in a village in the town of Huntington, do I need permits from both, the village or the hamlet, and the town? How does that work?
Yeah, well, we have 4 incorporated villages within the town of Huntington. They include Asheroken, Northport, Huntington Bay, and Lloyd Harbor. Most of the productions tend to be in Northport or Lloyd Harbor. And yes, you have to go to the local village, and they have their own permits. They also, both Lloyd Harbor and Northport, have their own police. But if you are using a town road or a town parking lot that may be in that village, you also will need to deal with us. If you can always just come to us, you can contact me at the Office of Film and Television, and I'll put you in touch with the people in the incorporated village. So no worries, we work together.
That's great. Thank you so much. Okay, the next question is about road closure and intermittent traffic control and all types of road work when people are filming in the town of Huntington. Can you tell us a little bit about how that works, and are you allowed to close roads, and do the town officers, or can they do ITC?
Sure. We as I mentioned earlier, when American Horror Story was here, we were able to close a road in downtown, in one of the most active, popular locations on a very popular night. And so we coordinate with all the parties who are involved. In that case, Diana Cherry Holmes from Suffolk County Film Commission was played an active role in helping us and in closing that, because it did require Suffolk County Police. And also we did need to interact with New York State, because we part of the closure of our town road affected the state road. But yes, people, we work with folks all the time. We have, Ed mentioned, a production that's coming. It's a Universal production, and we're in the midst of conversations with them about closing some traffic closures. So we're not closing down roads, but just alternating traffic, and we work with everybody. That actually gets addressed when we do those walkthroughs with the location managers.
Fantastic. Great. Okay, I've got a question from a student. Are there any special discounts or reduced permit fees for students looking to film in Huntington?
Well, we welcome students. We welcome everybody. No production is too small or too big, and no filmmaker is too young or too old. So we welcome everyone. As far as getting permits from the town of Huntington, we have a fee waived program for permits. You will be required to get a permit. You can go to opengov.com to file for the permit, but you just click that you're a student, and you're able to demonstrate that you are doing this as a student project, and the fee is waived, so it doesn't cost you anything.
Oh, that's good news. Thank you so much. All right, we have time for one more, and I think this is a great one. Can you tell us about some of the local small businesses in the town of Huntington? And do you have a listing of businesses that productions can work with? And also, are the businesses open to be locations as well?
Yes. So, yeah, actually, yeah. We'll start with the last part. Yes, we found that the businesses are very welcoming to productions, and the Business Improvement District folks have worked very closely with us. As Ed Smith mentioned in his comments, We have had a tremendous response from the business community. We actually have a committee of business and community leaders involved with us for the Film and TV Festival that we rely on. And so we work with many businesses. For example, we have the hotel in the Village is participating with us with our film festival. The Paramount facility is also a location many times. So we work very closely with the business community. We have referred people, when a location manager reaches out to me and they're looking for a particular business, I'll give them several options to choose from to go after. Also, there are individuals in the town of Huntington who also work with location managers and can make direct introductions as well as me. So yeah, the business community is very welcoming, and I'm very happy to see that. Of course, we've made a major effort to reach out to them, but the business community is really behind this whole effort.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe. What a terrific presentation. I can't wait to get back out to Huntington. It has some of my favorite locations here in the state of New York. I want to thank all the attendees for joining us today. Joe, again, thank you so much. Jack Ebert, I just want to acknowledge, thank you for running the slideshow. He works with Joe out in Huntington, and of course, Supervisor Smith and his team. I want to thank you all for this terrific presentation and being so welcoming to film production. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.